world's first Xur loot and location PSA where we break down exactly where Xur is at and what he has. This week he's located in the EDZ in the Winding Cove, his one of 3 locations. For the exotic weapon he has on the Wardcliff Coil, an exotic rocket launcher. Most of you already have this. It is pretty strong and does have some good utility inside PvE and can be fun in PvP as well. So you might want to snag that if you don't already have it. Then we have the Gwizzin Vest. Now, Spectral Blades are getting a buff next season where I believe they're going to be debuffing enemies and they're trying to rework them to have some viability in PvE. So you might actually get some usage out of Gwizzin Vest next season when those buffs go live. This has 21 mobility, 15 intellect, 13 discipline, 11 resilience. Not too bad of a PvE role overall. Next up, we have Kepri's Horn, which is an exotic helmet for your Titan. You put your wall down, and it sends out a solar wave going out and back. And Bungie recently buffed this, so it actually adds scorch stacks to those enemies, but it's not enough to ignite. I actually ranked this in my tier list video. If you haven't watched that, the Titan exotic armor tier list video, you should watch that. And I gave this, I believe, the C tier ranking, so not the best exotic overall. And this roll right here has 14 mobility, so we're going to pass on that. Then we have the Winter's Guile, which is actually decently strong. You just don't see it used quite as much in the current PvE or PvP landscape, so probably can pass on the Winter's Guile overall, especially with the 10 mobility. 67 stats pretty high though, but not too bad, I guess, with strength, especially with the melee exotic. So an okay exotic for that, an okay roll. Next up, we have a Grid Skipper that's going to have tunnel vision and multi-kill clip. It's not too bad of a roll, but we're going to pass on that this week. We've got a 4th times the Charm and Dragonfly 7th Seraph. Can pass on that. I don't know why everyone thinks Dragonfly is such a good perk. I think it's a pretty mid perk overall. Extraordinary Edition is going to have Zen Moment and Thresh. So we're going to pass on that SMG, not the best roll. An Iclo Sniper Rifle that is a craftable weapon, keep in mind. And on top of that, it's got Fragile Focus and Incandescence. So that's a terrible roll. Pass on that. A Soul Survivor is here this week. Sniper with Outlaw, Focus Fury. Definitely nothing to squawk about over this. Pretty average roll. And then we have a Just In Case sword here with Unrelenting and Incandescence. So I guess you can add Clear Sword. If you really want to bust this bad boy out, you can. Maybe have some fun with it, but I'd recommend probably not using a sword for add clear. Then we have a Bad Omens with Kill Clip and Field Prep. And that's going to be a below average roll on that. For the armor, though, it's not bugged this week like it is normally, or it has been in the past, where the stats are like mid 50s or low 50s. So we got 65 stat gauntlets with high discipline, recovery, and that mobility is unfortunately a little bit of a throw, but not too bad for a pair of gauntlets. For the chest, 23 resilience is quite nice. For the helmet, we've got 15 resilience, 20 strength. And then for the boots, we have 22 resilience. This is actually a really nice even distribution on the boots. For the Hawkmoon, this is one of the god rolls. We've got opening shot, which means when you get to that last shot, you're going to have opening shot proc because it's on a timer. And so it gives you the highest consistency of landing that one hit kill shot when you get your stacks charged up. So a lot of people prefer the opening shot Hawkmoon for that reason, especially if you're trying to get those one hit kill shots. So this is one of the god rolls right here. With textured grips, you have really good handling. Slightly decreases the stability. It's not going to matter as much though with airhead break. Definitely a really solid roll. If you haven't used the Hawkmoon a ton, this is definitely a roll that I highly recommend to snag or at least have sitting in your vault. Deadman's Tale is leaving Xur's inventory starting next season, so this will be one of your few last chances to grab it if you haven't already gotten one. I'm sure most of you have. This one has Outlaw, so not the best roll overall. It will be craftable next season, so it should be significantly better to get next season, especially with that legendary mission rotator. Now we're going to go and look at the armor that's actually on the Hunter and the Warlock. So let's do this. Pull this up, and we've got the armor over here. For the Warlock, we have a pair of gauntlets that has 23 resilience and 18 strength and 62 stats overall. Not too bad, but probably pass on that. 15 mobility on the chest, so hard pass on that. We don't need mobility. And helmet, it's got way too much mobility as well, so we'll pass on that. Here we've got high resilience, high intellect. Don't really need the intellect too high in most PvE or PvP in my opinion, so probably pass on that roll as well. And then going on down to the Hunter, we have a pair of gauntlets with high mobility, discipline, and strength. You don't really need strength on Hunter because you're just going to dodge near enemies, so I usually don't add much strength to my Hunter builds. A super high resilience and high intellect chest. Again, don't need that intellect too much. And then here's the really nice helmet, actually. We've got resilience and discipline. This is the stat distribution that you want. 63 is not too bad either, so definitely snag that Hunter helmet. And then these pair of boots are pretty wild. We've got 30 mobility, 14 discipline, and 17 strength. So if you're looking for high stats in those 3 columns, that's definitely a nice one to snag. And that's a wrap on your weekly World's First Xur PSA. Make sure to subscribe if you enjoyed, smash the like button, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Later.